Surprise. I figured this. Everybody's got enough on their plate and enough in their head after this year for December. So I'll start putting the extendeds on Vimeo in January. But for this month, it's my holiday gift to you. Cool, huh? All right. Welcome, Earth Signs. This is the extended. And for December 2020. Welcome. Let's see what wants to be revealed. La la la. I'd like to start by looking at the Six of Swords in the yin line. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Huh. How interesting is that? So we talked before about the impetus leading to this Six of Swords. From the grounding, the basis presented by preparations done by the yin energy person, here with the wherewithal to take the step to, some people look at the Three of Wands as your ship coming in. Well, to go and meet it halfway perhaps, and having been through enough to develop character, and then going for something that was new territory. Well, cool. But this and this, these guys are right here. So this blended energy, which we want to talk about in this extended, is the yin connecting with the yang about the actions, like the actions to take, the moving forward. And that's all good because there's your unity to begin with. Something to have common ground right away. So the what's coming to my intuition is that the yang line has something in mind already in terms of a new territory type of thing. Like if you just received in your inbox, okay, well, one free pass to new territory. Where do you want to go? What's the new territory going to want to include? So, like I'm saying, my intuition is saying that the yang line, if this is maybe your masculine or your yang side, if you're an individual, or your partner, that's the yang emphasis, the person who in the relationship who carries more of the yang type of energy, to balance things. Things like to be balanced. When they're imbalanced, it shows up. When they're balanced, that means that there's some dynamic that's been addressed that made it balance. And that typically with a plus and a minus factor, There's a balance in the plus and the minus. Doesn't matter if it's 60-40, 70-30. What matters is that it's balanced, suitably so, for your happiness and well-being. So in that respect, the yang in this case has got something in mind that's been in the mix for a while. Now, what do we do with that if that's the case? Well, let's say we just went vertically. Let's move backwards, because this kind of wants to triangulate with the leadership. You're both leaders. You're both leaders. You start by leading yourselves. And then the next step is that your individual leadership of yourself lends itself to collective leadership between you and your partner. And that wants to be a right triangle here. Right triangle. Boom. That is going to incorporate the leadership part of both of you. So for these, let's go vertically for just a second. Let's say that within the yang energy system presented here, there's a newbie, a new kid on the block. Like, I didn't develop, this is like the young person is saying, I have strengths, but one of my weaknesses is there's certain parts of me that have not developed to where they're going to contribute to the overall well-being of our partnership. Now, this is really kind of advanced, I know, but in fact, tarot cards are advanced. They call upon you to address things that bring you to the highest level you're capable of in any given moment. And at this moment, it's saying that should you choose to apply it, should you choose to psych out for an across-the-board type of jump, a leap up to a new level of performance in your day-to-day lives, then this part, which could be an element of the new kid on the block, the newbie, can hit up both, we got these taken care of, these three cards. These three can form another triangle where this young individual can hit up the strength, the experience in the world that the yin line is carrying, and can also hit up the idea, since that there's a baton here too, a wand, baton, the French word for wand, so that the wand can wand to wand, right? There's a commonality here between the yin and the yang. And that means he goes here for the understanding of experience. He goes here for the inspiration of creative juices flowing. Why would you want to do that? Because that makes both this individual and this individual better individually and in the partnership. By being better individually, you automatically raise the bar with the relationship. So that's pretty simple. That's good because it's direct. We've been talking about with this one all the way along that this is very practical for on both lines, the yin and the yang. Both lines, very practical. The difference is this is more the day-to-day nitty-gritty with a high-level spiritual component. This is all about being in the court, being the royalty in the world. This person's not there yet. This part of this person, this yang, is not up to the standards of the knight and the king yet. So, but that's the perfection. That's the perfection of the using of these energies. Anything that's within that is perfect in itself, in that it might be all you're capable of at the moment. This can be very, very abstract, theoretical. It depends on you, what you're able to bring into your lives and into the earthly manifestation of your lives is where your bar is. And even if you raise it just an increment or two, a notch or two, you still raised it, right? Cool. So let's see what the Hanged Man perhaps is contemplating in this overall situation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, there wants to be a return to this is coming off to me as something that was there at one point, but wasn't entirely used as a beginning. An Ace of Cups, a potential for unfolding of emotions, love, feelings. And I get the feeling that it wasn't quite played out previously to now. And can be. How do these contribute? Well, we're beginning with the Nine of Wands and going to the Page of Cups. How's that work? Well, the Nine of Wands is a pretty dynamic card. It's all about fire, all about the passion. And maybe the passion took things just so far. This was the train that you wanted to get on the train, and perhaps you got on a train that was more physical, more about passion than a holistic, complete type of relationship. And it stalled. It stalled, and then on the horizon showed up a new way to go about it. Now, when we get here, even though this has all been up until this time, it's all been pretty ethereal and starbursts and fireworks and positive aspects. May the road rise to meet you. Now we're uncovering why the Hanged Man is the situation. It wants to go back to grassroots, to the seed atom of what got you guys here. You went pretty far. And you got to, maybe you were both wounded warriors after that, after getting that far. And that stalled it. But here's what he's really contemplating. The new direction. And let's go back to December 21st. if you can identify in your experiences what has been a contributor to the Saturn aspect, that might be the key to getting to the Jupiter aspect. Maybe the Saturn aspect was that there's what has stalled this is that there's too many rules. There's too many, oh my God, am I going to have to go through that hoop again in order to get down to brass tacks and just deal with the situation? And by the way, where is the love at that point? When you're here, you can feel like it's not available. But in fact, if you turn that around, you can turn something that looks like a wound and, well, now I'll just retire to the veterans home as a new beginning. Something that could march off, not in a new beginning that is nebulous or somehow abstract, hanging out in the space somewhere, but a new beginning by taking a new direction that is merely a fork in the road, down a new pathway. That's sweet, because that gives some place where you can get some traction going. And why is the Chariot a challenge? Why is the Chariot a challenge? Wow. Whoa. That is powerful, man. I think the Chariot's a challenge because once you guys take that step off, you're going to, we were talking about taking a quantum leap. I think the challenge is going to be to hold on for dear life, because you're going to be amazed at what's in front of you in terms of abilities, potential, creative juices. Think about birth as not just birthing babies. Can be. Think about a new birth as something creative, some endeavor on the planet Earth that you've been meaning to do, but it all starts in your world, the people for whom this reading is resonating. It starts in your world with the heart. Go to the heart first. That's where it starts, see? He's taken the ball, but he starts out at such a high level. That's where the young might be able to step in and go, oh, that's just being a leader. Doesn't mean that it's, you're out of your depth. It's going to feel like it, though. Because let's remember, the Chariot is not small potatoes in terms of you get in and you go to the races. They are fast. They're extremely mobile and able to get into places where four wagons with four wheels can't do what a chariot can do. So, but you're starting out high, so be cognizant of that. That's the challenge here. And then, that's followed up by two major arcana. meaning the star, that's your personal north arrows, and that's the challenge here also, to find out, where are you taking this? Are you unified? Do you have what they used to call shared dreams? Figure that out, because that's where you want to go. That is your north arrow. The places where you overlap in love and in a dynamic, energetic, forward-moving mode. The star. It's cool because it can be peaceful. You know, on the star card, it shows the woman that's pouring water onto the earth and onto the water, and she doesn't look like she's at high anxiety at all, or high level, energetically. It's all hidden. It's that's peaceful, powerful energy that she embodies. I would be there. And then the magician. In this case, he's just pointing to say, hey, okay, you're doing the work. Here's where you're going now. You don't get dazzled by the sun and get tripped up by the fact that you got all that, your asset being the sun. You're going, here. The game's not over until it's over, till it's complete. And I'm going to leave it there, because the rest of it it's already so full of things that are in your favor that you got enough on your plate to manage the energy that's going to be landing in your lap when you open the gate. So open the gate, walk through. It's all for you. The heavens want the best for you. So want the best for yourself. Love you. Bye for now. See you in January.